Okay, so Christian at MCTC, why is a sustainable diet on board so important to maintain a healthy crew?
Well, we've been working together with P&I clubs in the past, like Steamship Mutual, and we've seen as well so many cases, P&I cases, and people being sent on board from board to home because of lack of health, chronic diseases like diabetes, high blood sugars, and so many other diseases. And the awareness of the crew to make sure that they know about healthy living on board the vessel is extremely important. So the crew, they need to be more aware of the benefits of healthy nutrition. That's why we as a company, we're concentrating quite a lot on a lot of campaigns like the one we've got tomorrow. Actually, we've got our own crew conference concentrating on health and nutrition workshop. We've got approximately 200 crew attending our conference, where we will be discussing various issues about food safety and ready convenient foods and sugars and calorie count and all these kind of things. The ship owners, and we can see as well a trend that they started becoming more familiar with the subject, and they send more and more crew to get away with it. So it's quite important to be sustainable. And the last thing which the ship owners want at this time in the industry is to change the crew regularly and have a very high retention of crew for the reason that of health issues. They need to concentrate on that area. So especially retention rate nowadays on board the vessels, they have to be retained, they have to be balanced out and make sure they've got enough crew on board to operate as well. Whenever we discuss with our cooks and we do any workshops or trainings through the distance or whatsoever, we want to make sure that they understand the importance of the cook on board the vessel. The cooks on board the vessel is not just there to produce a meal and then just serve the meal. They're also quite they are responsible for maintaining health nutrition on board the vessel, because food obviously is coming through the cook, and they need to be well prepared and knowledgeable on how to produce something wholesome on board the vessel.
What considerations should the shipping industry have to ensure crew members remain both physically and mentally healthy?
Well, we all know that things are coming from the management, right? So if we've got ship owners and the crew managers, procurement managers, and not really believing in health and nutrition on their own, then they will not be passing that message as well on board the ships. Extremely important is that they will also believe that health and nutrition is very important. That's why we always include them into our workshop. We want them to come and see and hear as well, together with the crew, what's happening. And they will also be passing the message, together with us in ensuring health and nutrition on board the vessel. The bottom line and the area which we concentrate a lot are ready convenient food. We sit together with our clients, and this is what basically means by they should take that into consideration. We sit together with our clients and we create a project plan in when we will stop producing or delivering ready convenient foods on board the vessel. So the whole idea is for the cooks to come to the point to be able to produce things from scratch. So this is something which they need to consider. It's not about cost saving, it's not about making money, it's about making sure that they know how to do things from scratch. That's extremely important. There will be a point where we will be discussing with every client more and more on their support, and to make people understand, because there's a little bit of a misinterpretation in the market about catering management, is that it's just a cost-saving thing. It's not a cost-saving, it's about optimizing provisions on board and making sure that the correct and the healthy items have been delivered on board the vessels. If they take all these elements into consideration, we will be able as well to help them come to a definitely different level of quality on board the vessels.
How can companies take the right steps to equip their catering staff with the right knowledge and awareness? Well,
training has been the subject in the CrewConnect now since yesterday and today. Crew awareness, training is something which they need to invest in. The ship owners, and we know now the market is toward this, has taken this direction, that training is something which they definitely should not be forgetting about. The same as when we operate our own companies, we need to make sure that our staff, I'm sure you've been sent as well to seminars, and I've been sent to seminars, so we all need to catch up with every development, what's happening. And training is definitely a goal and something which has to be done. Yeah, part of us MCTC, we're catering managers, and we as well provide with the supply chain an extremely large program which is called Catering Competency Development, which involves distance coaching, mentoring them, motivating them, onboard visits, briefings, Manila trainings, India trainings. So it's quite a holistic approach in making them also understand that that training and support is definitely an important element. We see a lot of interest. Obviously, the interest changes from nationality to nationality. Speaking of Philippines here, most of the Filipinos, they're very willing to undergo a training. The ship owners are investing in trainings, and I think we're in a very good direction. In a few years, we have already taken the step as a company to go back to the roots. So we are not recruiting, but we're selecting on behalf of our clients well-qualified and competent cooks who are 20 years old, who are coming from hotel and restaurant management schools, to train them further and then introduce them into the maritime industry. These guys, when they onboard the vessel, they have our support through the distance coaching program as to become the cooks in the future. So training is something, there are two elements of training, right, which they need to take into consideration. The one is uplifting the existing staff, but as well developing people from scratch who will be the future employees on board the vessel in 5-10 years moving forwards.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very
Yeah?
much.
Thank you very much.
Great.